Everybody, this is Kaijuzilla621 and I'm going to do another figure review. This figure was actually shown on my collection update and also was requested by 3 people. And those 3 people were Shaan Chowdhury, Kaijuzilla621, and I believe it was Gojira 5400. And they requested me to review from Ultra Galaxy Neo, aka Ultra Galaxy Never Ending Odyssey, Reionyx Burst Gomora, and this figure looks very, very nice. It's basically Gomora in steroids, basically, and red, of course. Now, there's actually 3 versions of him. There's one, it's the 1966 Gomora, except it's red and there's glitter, which I don't really recommend that one. There's also another version where it didn't have any of these orange lines or whatever. It's just completely red with some white highlights right here and some black highlights right there, and all that stuff with no orange stripes right here or whatever. But, so yeah, first of all, into history. So he appeared in this episode where Galberos, which is summoned by Ultraman and Knuckle, created Illusion Zeton, which is basically a illusion of Zeton. So it's not really Zeton in its full organic. It's not really a organic Zeton. It's basically just an illusion, but Zeton and his enemy can still fight physically. So yeah, it first started out with Ray, which controls Gomora. He summoned Gomora, of course. So then Zeton and Gomora battled each other out. Zeton got defeated once, but then all of a sudden Zeton got quote-unquote resurrected, I guess you can say. So that's when they keep fighting. Gomora defeats Zeton 5 times, but he keeps resurrecting himself. So then Gomora gets very weak. The illusion of Zeton ends, and it's Galberos' turn, and he shoots all these fireballs at Gomora. Gomora falls down. Alien Knuckle, I guess, taunts. But then that's when Ray gets very, very aggravated, and he turns to Raymon, except instead of having those blue spots that Raymon normally has, instead they're changed by red marks. So he's very, very aggravated, and Gomora gets up and turns into Reionyx Burst Gomora, which you're seeing right now, and beats Galberos as well as Alien Knuckle. And then he also appeared in this other episode where I believe Ray summons Gomora, and Antlar, which is summoned by Alien Babalu. They were both fighting each other, and then Gomora turned into Reionyx Burst Gomora because Ray also got aggravated again. And of course, Reionyx Burst Gomora defeated Antlar. And there was this other episode where Alien Metron and Ray decided to, decided which monster is more powerful. Alien Metron's monster, which is Vakashim, or Ray's monster, which is Gomora. So Alien Metron summoned Vakashim, and Ray summoned Reionyx Burst Gomora. Gomora didn't transform; he just automatically just came out as Reionyx Burst Gomora, and of course, Reionyx Burst Gomora defeated Vakashim. And finally, from what I know, he also appeared in the Ultra. Okay, let me try and get this correctly because this name is very long. Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle. Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle Legends, the movie, something like that. I don't really remember the whole entire title. But it was whenever Ultraman Blau, I guess, controlled Ray for a little while. And then Ray got aggravated again and turned quote-unquote evil. And Gomora turned into Reionyx Burst Gomora and defeated 3 Ultramen. And basically kind of killed Ultra 7. So that's about it for history, very long history, and I wish he comes out in something else, maybe an actual movie or probably a new episode or something. So that's all for history. Now let's go into detail. First, the head. See the nice head. You see the black lines. Really look like those black lines. Then you see that facial expression. That horn right there. It's very, very sharp. You see there, very, very sharp. And look at those teeth. Very nice. Look at that eye. And then there's also some creases right here, some little lines, and I really like the chest. You see, it's brown with some yellow, and look at the arms are white. And then we see the orange lines right there. The back, I really love it. It looks kind of like the suit. Very nice. Then under the foot, it looks kind of damaged because there's black stuff. That's alright. I'm not sure what it says. You see on the tail, very nice figure. Very nice. Head again, back. I really like the scales in the tail. Really like them. And also, if you haven't known, this is actually basically the same exact sculpt as the Ultraman Max Gomora, except for the head. I've seen many reviews, and the horn is different. The facial expression is different. The color, of course, is different. Also, the horns right here are more flatted out than the Ultraman Max Gomora. And there's also some other differences, but I forgot at this moment. So now let's go into articulation. So first of all, the arms can rotate 360 with ease. Second of all, the legs can rotate 360, even though they get in the way of the spike in the shoulder of the arm. So you have to move them out of the way. And then they can rotate 360, as you see there. The other one. Also, the head can rotate 360. And finally, the tail can rotate 360, even though you have to be careful because it could pop off. So that's all for articulation. Now let's go to superpowers or special abilities. So first of all, Reionyx Burst Gomora can shoot a very powerful reddish orange-like beam from his nose horn, and it's really effective, and by one blow can mostly kill his opponent. Second of all, he has armor in his chest, as you see right there, and also he can burrow. He has a very strong tail, and let's see what else, and I believe that's about it. So yeah, now let's go into sizing. So let's go into sizing. So we put the Gomora over there. First of all, I'm going to compare him with another red kaiju from the Ultraman line. This is actually from the Power series. This is Powered Red King. And it looks like Powered Red King is taller than Reionyx Burst Gomora. Excuse me, Reionyx Burst Gomora. And it looks like this is actually pretty size accurate. I think, what's the name? Powered Red King should be a tiny bit taller, excuse me. But he's still right because he's overall just taller than him. That's pretty good sizing. Now I'm going to size him up with Bandai Orga. Now this is actually pretty bad sizing. Orga should be like this big, around there. Actually, a little bit smaller. Probably this big, actually. But at least, let's see. I guess he's a little bit taller just by this hump right here or whatever. But I wish just the actual figure, not counting this, just the head, is actually, you know, eye to eye. But unfortunately, it's not. It's eye to horn. So that's kind of unfortunate. Pretty bad sizing. And finally, we're comparing with Showa Gamera. I believe this is alright size. I think Gamera should be a tiny bit bigger, maybe this big. But overall, this is actually pretty good sizing. So that's all for sizing. Put him right here. Now for rarity, this figure is actually very rare. I've been trying to get this figure since 2 years ago, which is 2012. So yeah, it's very rare. The other version, the other type of Reionyx Burst Gomora, the one that's the 1966 mold, except it has glitter and it's red. That's the most common of the Reionyx Burst Gomora. But I don't really recommend that one because, you know, this one's way better. Just look at this nice detail. Just overall, this is way better. So this one's very rare. I won't say fire golds are rare, but he's overall very rare. So if you ever see him for a very good price, then definitely get him. I think the most, probably $60. Literally, you can really get him for $60 because that's what I got him for, $60. So that's all for rarity, and now score. What am I gonna say? Articulation was good, but it was kind of basic, but still pretty good. Detail is good. Sizing is alright. Detail is amazing. Superpowers are pretty strong. Rarity very rare. What am I gonna give it? 10 out of 10. This figure is very awesome. I really like the detail, as I already mentioned, and the sculpt. Really like the sculpt. So yeah, I guess that's the end for this video. 10 out of 10. So you should definitely get him. This is a must-have figure. So anyways, and for this video, subscribe, like, and comment. This is Kaiju, signing out.